Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to present on the topic of Marrybrown to South Korea. The presenter for these presentations are, the first one is Nur Najha binti Jasman, Nur Fazira binti Ahmad, Nur Azidawati binti Ibrahim, Nurul Farhanis binti Aziz, Siti Sarah binti Hamid, Iza Luqman bin Ahmad Nasaruddin, Fatin Adila binti Yahya, Muhammad Husaini bin Basri, and Muhammad Zamir bin Zainul. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Izzat Luqman bin Ahmad Nasaruddin and my metric number is 272272. Right now, I would like to present on the topic of Marrybrown, product or services that they intend to export in Korea. For the introduction, Marrybrown offers consumer a wide variety of options to fulfill their demands. Marrybrown is a global market of over 250 franchises over the world and is the leading home-based halal fast food restaurant chain. And we will soon to enter Korea, South Korea as its next target to export. The two things that Marrybrown intend to export is their services and their product. For the first one is their services. They intend to export fast food, or in other terms, quick services. Fast food is the term given to foods that are prepared and served very quickly. And for the second one is their product. The product is the physical product by the company to the customers. It encompasses both the tangible and the non-tangible aspect, such as appearances, assurance, or packaging. They also intend to export their menu. Their main menu are, the first one is the fried chicken. They also intend to export their burgers and also their fish and chips.
So our group decided to choose Korea as our country to export our business, which is Marrybrown. The Korean peninsula, which is situated in Northern Asia, crosses China and Russia to the north and just to the southern into Japan. Korea is one of the countries that does not yet have exports from Marrybrown Malaysia products. Therefore, we choose Korea as the country to export Marrybrown to their country. If we look at this country as well, the Muslim population is also many who are here either for the purpose of study, work, or really want to live here. Therefore, they must want a variety of halal foods and suit their taste. Furthermore, Korea is also a stable country in their businesses. This can be seen because many great brands that do business import and export in this country. Therefore, Marrybrown would like to take this opportunity and conduct its business here as well. Marrybrown is confident that by doing business here, this company will be better known around the world and get high demand from every layer of society. This can further increase their income because this can be seen with their businesses.
Next, I will present about why we choose Marrybrown. First, Marrybrown provides a variety of halal food. Marrybrown is one of the biggest advantages in offering halal food like fried chickens, burger, curry meal, fish and chip, and wide range of drink and dessert. Marrybrown also provide a halal food that give positive impact on their company, where they can compete with some of the largest fast food chains like KFC and McDonald's. Their product also prepare based on Malaysian halal requirements. Next, food that Marrybrown present is unique and different from others. They try to differentiate between the product and the opponent product. For example, they come out with a Malaysian pupil dish which is nasi lemak and curry mee. This dish is not available in other fast food restaurants like KFC and McDonald's. Last but not least is low price and high food quality. Marrybrown offer the price below a reasonable price and affordable for all consumer. The price that Marrybrown provide is low than other fast food company. For example, price for McDonald's chicken burger is 8 ringgit 99 cent, but Marrybrown chicken burger only 5 ringgit 25 cent.
So the vision of Marrybrown is to be a global food service organization and a worldwide brand. Like other well-known companies, Marrybrown also wants to expand their business nationwide. Marrybrown has also achieved success as it has successfully exported their their product to more than 21 countries so far. But this success wants to continue to dream of Marrybrown, that is to expand its business in accordance with their vision that should be achieved. Therefore, they want to open a brand business to Korea as Marrybrown business does not yet exist in this country. So, the mission of Marrybrown is we are committed to providing the freshest and the best quality food prepared and served by passionate employees who take great pride in serving and delighting customers with a truly memorable and quality dining experience. Marrybrown is very concerned about the taste, cleanliness, and also the quality of their products. They also place great emphasis on customer service to ensure customers get products that are good and also customer service with satisfaction. You can see this because Marrybrown remains established in many countries, and this shows customers are satisfied with customer service and product from Marrybrown. As such, Marrybrown is confident of reestablishing its business in Korea.
Need is a country screening. There are several factors under the country screening. First is a market size. Market size is an important factor in selecting for a market. There are various different factors of market size consisting of population, religion, and work habit and occupation. Korean total population exceeds 51 million, which include Christian, Buddhist, and Muslim. Marrybrown company chose Korea because of its Muslim population, 100,000 Muslims living in South Korea. So, because the Marrybrown company provide fast food that has a halal certificate. It made it easier for Muslim residents to find a halal food. Work habit and occupation is also one of the factors this company chose the country of Korea. This is because workers in Korea work long hours, so fast food is their top choice due to its quick preparation. Next is a market analysis. In market analysis, we observe and analyze competitors who provide fast food in the country, like McDonald's and KFC. From our perspective, Marrybrown product will be the top choice for all Korean of all age. In addition, it has a halal certificate to make it easier for Muslim people.
Assalamualaikum and a good day. My name is Muhammad Hussaini bin Basri and my matrix number is 273666 and I'll be talking about product specification and safety. Product specifications are a crucial part of any food safety management system. Product specifications are required to be aligned with customer requirements and key food safety standards such as BRC Global Food Safety Standard, SQF, ISO 22000, and other globally benchmarked standards. Specifications serve the purpose of providing a description and statement of the requirements of a product, components of a product, the capability or performance of a product, and/or the service or work to be performed to create a product. From April 2020 onwards, the MFDS, Ministry of Foods and Drug Safety, has removed the Foreign Food Facility pre-registration and has replaced it with a new mandatory HACCP certification. HACCP's product specification module covers the following areas, which are full product details, description, composition, packaging, and labeling details, support for COSHH and legislative claims, micro, physical, and analytical standards, full recipe and nutritional breakdown, free from claims, and finally HACCP information. With all the information stated above, it seems like Marrybrown would have no trouble expanding a chain to Korea, as they comply with the requirements of product specification and safety over there.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Muhammad Safia E. I am Siti Sarah binti Hamid. My metric number is 267799. Today, I'm going to talk about export market selection. Market entry selection measures a great importance for companies planning to export their products to foreign market. They must analyze both the market opportunity and their core competency to decide which approach is best suited. Thus, our company has decided to use proactive foreign market selection. Proactive foreign market selection is an approach where we involve in establishment of potential markets, a time frame for market entry, and the incorporation of those decisions into the international marketing plan. Our company uses the contractable approach method. It is a method in which a company has been established out for a longer period or may have gone through an international development process, tending to take a global perspective and undergo through inspection to find the best market. Therefore, our company has decided to export products under the franchise. Our company is planning to export an existing business, Marrybrown, which is the Malaysian food chain company. Our company has decided to open a Marrybrown franchise in South Korea. Next, I will explain the scheme for the selection of foreign market according to Van Grauskas and Lavinin 2009. First is foreign investment and trade. South Korea is one of the 20 countries that imported from the world in 2019. Its gross domestic product (PPP) is $2.14 billion with nominal GDP value is 1.62 trillion. Its gross domestic product purchase power parity is $2.14 trillion with nominal GDP value 1.62 trillion. It is one of the top countries with the largest share of global domestic product with purchasing power parity. In terms of political stability, South Korea is still in a stable state. Its latest value as of 2019 is 0.48 points, and South Korea ranks 13 in stable politics in 2019 out of 49 ASEAN countries. Political stability indicators are important because they have an impact on investment, consumption, and economic growth in emerging markets. In addition, based on the Doing Business database, South Korea ranks 5 out of 190 countries with ease of business ranking, so it is a good country to open our business. In November 1989, sectoral dialogue relations were established between ASEAN countries and Republic of Korea. As a result, on 1 January 2010, the ASEAN-Korea Free Trade Agreement came into force. Therefore, it is an opportunity for us to take advantage of export to South Korea due to its free trade. In terms of financial, retail sales in South Korea increased by 4.4% year-on-year in September 2020, which is the largest in 4 months after an increase of 0.3% in the previous month. Next, in terms of education, one of the most educated countries in the world is South Korea. It is because South Korea ranked 12 out of 35 countries linked to the United States in its Worldwide Education for the Future Index. For 2018, the adult literacy rate in South Korea was 99%. The literacy rate index are important because the higher percentage of adult literacy rates indicates an increased ability and inclination of literate workers.
Next, we move on to market entry strategies. The core of market is summed up by doing segmentation, targeting, and positioning in Korea. In order to separate geographical areas such as region, country, and other, Marrybrown will use geographical segmentation. South Korea have a 98,445 km. Is situated in Northeast Asia. For physiological segmentation, the rice-based menu and halal product are fit and match for the Asian and the Muslim, but specifically in Korea, They did not only target the Muslim but various other religions in Korea. Furthermore, they also targets the students. Next, for behavioral segmentation, Marrybrown need to do is based on customers' loyalty. Satisfied customers and loyal customers are willing to purchase the same product again and come back later. Lastly, for socio-economic segmentation, Marrybrown will target the students or those who are between the age of 18 and 24. This is because consumers have higher buying power at the age of 18 until 24.
Marrybrown is a company that has a spread universal through its expansion strategy. This strategy is based on the franchising, the market entry modes, and used to the enter foreign market. Franchising as a mode of entry used by Marrybrown Sdn Bhd to enter a Korean country market. Franchising is a contractual mode of the entry that can be viewed as a form as a licensing agreement, which means that the company need to join the foreign market rapidly with a low level of risk and a commitment to resources. A significant point that the franchising plan is a focus on identify that tend to attract new franchising. A good brand is based on the above average consumer satisfaction principle, which help to sustain the buyer loyalty to the brand in the Korea. Regardless of which entry strategy as a franchising choose, several factors are very important, which is linguistic and cultural variation. Second is performance and preparation for a local contact and or the worker. Third is economic and politic problem, and fourth is the partner company experience. This is a SWOT analysis for the Marrybrown at the Korean, which is a strength is first local fast food in Malaysia, second affordable price, third is largest halal, and fourth is linguistic advantage. We go to the weakness, which is it might hard to get halal meat and other food. Second is decrease the turnover rate, not motivated. Third is opportunity. We go to the accessibility to potential customer, and second is increasing demand for high quality food served with the convenience. And we go to the trade, which is face a lot of the competitor, which is McDonald's and also the KFC. And the last is health issue concern of fast food change.
Need is a pricing decision. There are three factors to make a pricing decision. First is market condition or demand. Demand is influenced by factors such as the number and size of competitor, potential buyer, the ability to pay, and their choice. Fast food is listed as one of the fastest growing segments in the food service market in South Korea. The increasing demand for fast food segment is related to the convenience factor. Next, competition. Competition helps to determine where the actual price should be set. This is because the more fast food products are released, the more freedom of price and choice that customers can make. For example, there are many fast food in Korea that are easily available at affordable price like Burger King, McDonald's, and KFC, which is a Marrybrown competition. Lastly, legal and political influence. Managers assigned to determine the price must consider the legal and political situation as it is different from one country to another country. Legal and political factors add firmly to restrict the freedom of company to pick price strictly based on economic consideration.
Business has only two functions, marketing and innovation, said Milan Kundera. Therefore, export marketing strategies need to use to enable companies to meet high export performance in the foreign market. According to Hagighi et al. 2009, the strategy for the adaptation of export products is linked to the degree to which The company makes the products, adapt them to the target market. Thus, our product will adapt to the local environment. An estimated 243.9 million kilograms of chicken was sold in retail stores that year. In other words, South Korea market has the highest demand for chicken. Therefore, our Marrybrown has the strongest chance to succeed as our main menu is fried chicken. Besides that, we will use an adaptation methods, which is the modification of products to suit the Korean taste. Next, in terms of communication strategies, our company will modify the communication strategy to suit the nuances of our exporting country, South Korea. We use advertisements adapted to the Korean language and culture for promotional purposes. Next, in terms of media selection, our company will be using television, as in 2019, digital television penetration among South Korea households reached 19.4%, which is increased compared to last year 89.3%. Our company also we use radio platform and brochure to inform people about our brand. Finally, we will set up a website. It is to make it easier for customers to view our menus and deliver them to their houses.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Nurul Farhani Beti Aziz. So now I will present my part, which is financial analysis. A significant aspect of export preparation is financial analysis. Financial analysis is the method by which companies, program, budget and other financial transactions are analyzed to assess their performance and appropriateness. Financial analysis is usually used to analyze whether an enterprise is sufficiently stable, solvent, liquid or profitable to warrant a monetary investment. Therefore, financial analysis was performed for Marrybrown in this report. The details were derived from the 3-year compilation of Marrybrown starting from 2020 until 2022 financial statement. So, based on that, we have divided into 4 sections. With first, we make a sales forecast. So, this is our sales forecast is among 3 years. Starting from 2020 until 2022. So the second one is we also make a calculation on cost of goods sold. So this is our projected cost of goods sold. Next is we have done our cost statement of cash flow. Projected statement of cash flow is we calculate from operating cash flow in and operating cash flow out. So this is our statement of cash flow. So the last one is we make a balance sheet. This balance sheet is include our current asset, fixed asset, current liability and also total equity. So that's all the part of financial analysis in our business. So that's all from me. Thank you.
For export process and procedure that Marrybrown need to comply. There are common export documents that may be required for our international shipments. First, pro forma invoice. A pro forma invoice is a preliminary bill of sale sent by Marrybrown to Korea in advance of shipment or delivery of goods. The pro forma invoice that Marrybrown send will describe the purchased items and other important information such as the shipment, wage and transport charges. Second document is commercial invoice. After Korean accept the term on the pro forma invoice and place their order, Marrybrown need to prepare the goods for shipping. The commercial invoice include most of the detail of the entire export transaction. The commercial invoice Marrybrown prepare for the export shipment will include a lot more detail than the invoice that Marrybrown create from accounting system for the domestic order. Third document is packing list. Marrybrown also need to prepare a packing list. The packing list of Marrybrown needs to send to the custom official and the destination country, which is Korea, because they need to review certain item in the shipments. For 4 document is certificate of origin. Some countries require a certificate of origin to identify the appropriate duty rate to apply to the goods open import clearance. So, Marrybrown also need to provide a certificate of origin to identify the appropriate duty rate to apply. Fifth document is shipper letter of instruction. Marrybrown Freight Forwarder is an important partner in export shipment. The shipper letter of instruction form provides by Marrybrown contain the detail of shipment that the forwarder will use to successfully move the goods. Sixth document is bill of lading. There are three common bill of lading that be required for shipment, which is an inland bill, an ocean bill, and way bill. But for Marrybrown, only two, which is inland bill and way bill. The inland bill of lading is often the first transportation document created for Marrybrown export. It is used to move goods to the airport for transport to Korea. Next is way bill. Is required for the shipment by air. For the export Marrybrown, we use air transport and we need to prepare the airway bill. Airway bill is contract of carry between the shipper and the carrier, and it's always non-negotiable. Last but not least is bank draft. Marrybrown attach the various requirement document to the bank draft and present it to the bank to get paid. Marrybrown Bank will send the bank draft and related document via the freight forwarder to the Korean bank. When Korean authorize payment for the goods, the bank release the document to the Korean and transfer the fund to the Marrybrown Bank.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zamir bin Zainal, metric number 267636. Export risk that most likely that Marrybrown might face. South Korea offers many opportunities for foreign entrepreneurs. It is not an impossible task to open a business from start to finish. It takes about 2 weeks to own your business and run in South Korea. The first export risk that most likely Marrybrown might face demonstrates the ability to invest in South Korea. Foreigners who ever want to do business need to show their ability to invest a large amount of money in the country. The second export risk is foreign exchange rate. If the foreign exchange rate for Ringgit Malaysia is rising, the price of Ringgit Malaysia is becoming more expensive to foreign countries. Thus, our country's export abroad will fall as the Malaysian Ringgit exchange rate increase. Whereas, if the foreign exchange rate for the Malaysian Ringgit is declining, the Malaysian Ringgit is getting cheaper abroad. Thus, our country export abroad will increase as the Malaysian Ringgit exchange rate declines. The third export risk is economic risk. South Korea economy contracted smaller than expected in the first quarter as the spread of COVID-19 affected consumer demand and economic activity, according to National Central Bank data. The fourth export risk Marrybrown might face is fast food chain competitor. South Korea's largest fast food chain is not McDonald's, KFC, or Burger King, although they all have branches in South Korea. Instead, L'Oreal dominates more than 1,300 locations, and there are hundreds of locations throughout Asia. The fifth export risk is political risk. Revolutionary changes in the government are, however, noted to be a political risk faced by any firm in any foreign market. Nevertheless, with the boosting South Korea economy, political risk is, however, seen to be low for a fast food industry. The last export risk is food culture. Koreans generally eat 3 times a day, which are known as achim, chosim, chanyo. The word achim is generally done before leaving for work or breakfast. Chosim when the sun is in the middle position or at lunch. Chanyo is done when ending all activities or it's called dinners. Nowadays, people's eating habits are different for each house. For example, if in rural areas, breakfast and dinner are early, but if in urban areas, most of the breakfast is done with snacks.